the Chief, Donny.
Bonjour. Nanakum kaigisyak biniboyan. Egasbezge kako dikitmen mandogo senumuga. Inijak shak tankiyonak minag masona. I like to take this opportunity to say I'm very humbled to be standing in front of you. The community I represent has a population of 1,428. And as I said, it is an honor to be here. When I look at OFL's label, defending the next generation, that is precisely what we stand for too. Defending our next generation in regards to lands, resources, water, culture, and language. And these are things worth fighting for. And I guess with our presence here, when I look at this document about solidarity, diversity, and unity, I think that is what we're here for. We want to accomplish a network of organizations to support us, as we have a long road to travel when we deal with any government. It is, there is discrepancies in our communities. We live up north. When we hear about the resolution passed here and education, we're very far behind. Training needs, we need those too. And with this land use documentation, we're trying to implement, we're trying to finish it, but outside third parties are making it very difficult for us. We don't want to do a rush job on our process, because with this land use documentation that we're doing is going to determine what kind of employment, where and how will be determined in the future. And we're hoping coming here, this organization would support us. We would like you to support our water declaration too. Like we are traveling a road that we're just trying to pave right now. In the old days, I used to believe growing up as a kid, we never heard the word treaty. Treaty was signed with Ontario and Canada. It's until recently that we started noticing activities in our lands without being properly told or consulted, and these are the things we're trying to change so that we can have a better life, a better system for everybody, not just us, where everybody has to benefit equally. We believe in those things too. And as I said, we're here for support. I've never been to a convention this size or a convention of this form. It's something new to me, and I'm here to plead for support. We want your support in what we want to accomplish, because when you deal with the Ontario government, they tend to go to try and steamroll you, yet they don't want to wait for us to finish our products, because our products is going to determine how we want to have an equal footing in this province, great province we call Ontario. We are part of it, and we still want to play a role in it. And I think coming here, I feel strongly I will get the support, and I hope you will support us. So I am going to put it over to our spokesperson, John Cutfeet. He is delegated to speak on behalf of our community, and I'd like to introduce my other three colleagues, which is Jacob Osterman, Stephen Chapman, and John Cutfeet. These two first employed colleagues of mine I introduced, they are part of our Lands and Environment Department, which we formed to start dealing with resources and environment too. So with that, so I'll give it over to John Cutfeet now. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is John Cutfeet. I was the seventh contender, along with the KI6, who was found guilty of contempt, but I chose to challenge, and of course was able to successfully set aside the finding of contempt. But the reason for that challenge was we could not leave it, that the future generations would run the risk of being incarcerated once they speak out for the land. That was one of the reasons why we did that. We thank you for your support. We thank you for all the blogging, your connections with your networks, and standing with KI as we dealt with this unfair and unjust situation. I just wanted to touch briefly on what it cost KI, the loss of liberty, the loss of its leaders to be jailed for something that they believed that they were defending for future generations. It cost Ontario $5 million to buy out those land claims and leases from Platnets. It also cost the mediation costs as well as the legal costs. So now we're back in the same situation again with this new company called God's Lake Resources. Platnets was there without consultation, without following the rule of law, and we tried to change that law. After the KI6 were released in May 2008, the Mining Act was reformed as well as new legislation introduced for the Far North Act. However, those still don't meet what the law requires for consultation, accommodation, or the right to say no. Ontario is still, and also still sent a company in 2009 after the May 2008 ruling that was supposed to reconcile our interests to competing interests. They sent another company in without talking with us once again. And we're back in the same situation we were in February 2006 where this company, Platnets, was came into our territory. So we're asking you for your support once again. And how do we, what we ask is that you sign our petition and endorse the laws that we passed, the water declaration as well as the consultation protocol, and also to donate to the action funds that we're trying to set up. Because we have another opportunity to begin to try and get Ontario to understand that they have to follow the law as it applies to First Nations in Ontario. And so with that, I'd just like to say thank you and for the opportunity to speak to you, because we are trying to protect and preserve our culture, our language, our lands and reserves, and especially our water, and to ensure that our community remains strong. And all we're doing is, KI is doing what we were instructed to do, as it is passed down from generation to generation, and that is called Kithenuhmaykoosib, looking after the land. God bless you all.